Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed his cabinet on Sunday, laying out Israel's firm position on the composition and approval of any international forces that may enter the Gaza Strip under a ceasefire framework. Netanyahu is serving as Prime Minister of Israel, a post he has held since 2022 in his third non-consecutive term. The remarks come amid preparations for a proposed multinational deployment in Gaza, advanced under the US-mediated peace architecture. As we proceed, we must make clear that Israel will determine which forces are unacceptable to us, and that is how we act and will continue to act, Netanyahu said, adding, "We are in control of our security, and we have made clear that in regard to international forces, Israel will determine which forces are unacceptable to us, and that is how we act and will continue to act." He further emphasized, this is of course accepted by the United States as well, and its most senior representatives made clear in recent days. Israel is an independent state. We will defend ourselves by ourselves, and we will continue to control our fate. That statement underscores Jerusalem's insistence on maintaining autonomy over troop selection and deployment within its territory, even as it engages in a broader international effort to stabilize the Gaza Strip following the 2023 October 7th attack by Hamas and the subsequent Israeli campaign in Gaza. Israel continues to control all access to the enclave, including borders and airspace, following its military operations. The proposed plan under which an international contingent might deploy into Gaza emerges from a US peace initiative aiming to manage the ceasefire, assist in governance transition, and secure the territory while reconstruction and humanitarian operations move ahead. According to Reuters, the United States has ruled out sending its own forces, but is engaging with Egypt, Indonesia, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Turkey, and Azerbaijan about commitments to the mission. During a visit to Israel, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio said, "There's a lot of countries that are offered to do it. Obviously, as you put together this force, it'll have to be people that Israel's comfortable or countries that Israel's comfortable with as well." He added that Gaza's future governance still needed to be worked out among Israel and partner nations, but could not include Hamas. The disarmament stalemate. A major hurdle for the force deployment, as referenced by Netanyahu and US officials alike, is the fact that Hamas has not committed to disarming. Since the ceasefire began, Hamas's internal crackdown on clan-led groups has underscored its unwillingness or inability to relinquish arms amid Gaza's fractured internal power dynamics. Within Gaza, Hamas retains de facto control of security and governance institutions, which complicates any plan for external military or policing contingents. Adding urgency to Israel's posture is the unresolved matter of the remains of 13 deceased hostages still within Gaza, which Israeli officials say Hamas knows the location of but has not yet returned. Israel allowed an Egyptian tactical team working with the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, to enter Gaza along the Israeli demarcated Yellow Line pullback zone to assist in locating those remains. Hamas has expanded its search operations across Gaza's rubble-strewn terrain, signaling its involvement in the process while still withholding full access. Netanyahu's insistence that Israel will determine the acceptability of any foreign troops reflects a range of strategic concerns. 1. The Israeli government retains control of access and movement into Gaza, meaning any foreign force would operate subject to Israel's existing security apparatus and boundaries. 2. The government remains wary of certain states, most notably Turkey, being involved given the recent deterioration in Turkish-Israeli relations. Reuters notes that Israel has voiced opposition to any Turkish role in Gaza. While multiple countries have expressed interest in contributing to the deployment, commitments remain tentative. Arab states and other potential contributors must weigh domestic legal constraints, regional political fallout, and operational risks in joining a mission within Gaza, especially given the continued presence of Hamas and the fragility of the ceasefire. Rubio acknowledged that many of the countries expressing interest must navigate their domestic laws governing foreign deployments. Israel's enduring control over all border crossings, airspace and maritime access into the Gaza Strip means that any multinational force would operate under Israel's security oversight. The cabinet statement effectively reaffirmed that reality and signalled that Israel will impose red lines on any external troops, either by rejecting particular countries entirely or by limiting mandates and oversight structures. The force is envisioned not only as security guarantor, but also as a transitional mechanism, enabling governance reforms and humanitarian aid. However, given Hamas's unresolved status and Israel's refusal to entrust it with any role in future governance, the mission will also serve as a de facto buffer while a longer-term political settlement is negotiated. The announcement comes at a delicate juncture. A full and durable stabilisation of Gaza remains contingent on successful hostage body retrieval, substantial humanitarian access, an effective ceasefire and clarity about which states will deploy troops and under what rules of engagement. Israel appears to be signalling that until those pieces are in place and until it has vetted potential partner states, it will remain cautious and retain tight control. For Prime Minister Netanyahu, the stance reflects not only high-stakes operational concerns, but also a domestic political imperative to show firmness over Israel's security decisions. Accusations from opponents that he has ceded too much control in Gaza or negotiated prematurely with international partners would be forestalled by the public assertion of sovereignty. Israel remains at the centre of the evolving Gaza equation. While the US and partner nations press ahead with a plan for a multinational deployment aimed at stabilising the enclave, Israel has made clear that it will call the shots on any foreign troops. With the remains of hostages still in play, Hamas's arms unresolved, and Arab states hesitant, the path ahead remains complex and contested. Netanyahu's message is unambiguous. Any foreign force in Gaza must be one that Israel approves.